Alright, it is time for day 4. So as a note real quick, I did move my camera over to the other side of the screen so that we can like inspect items and actually see like their stat cards like up there. And like you can actually read the name and I'm not in the way. And it's incredible. So we'll see how this feels for a couple days. And I have gone ahead and changed our build. So previously we were just running down mid and we were getting like the melee and stuff. But I want to take good advantage of the javelin, and I also want to get a more gun-centric build going on. So we are still, I mean, we're mostly down middle tree just to get like a couple points into some damage skills. A little bit of max health is good, and then Thrill of the Kill for the instant health back is cool. And then Panic Release the Beast proc is just way too OP, so we're not really going to go without it for right now at least. And then we're going to work down this tree. I've only put 1 point into Blood-Filled Guns, and I'm going to put the rest into Blood Twitch, because it does buff our weapon swap and reload speed at the same time. And then we'll put points into Blood Soaked, which on kill with a gun gets us grenade and rocket damage. And then Blood Blast, which on kill with the grenade gives us gun damage. So those two will just feed into each other a lot, especially if we have like a Torgue gun or something like that. And then we'll probably get, like, I don't know, Boiling Blood or something along that line. We'll probably look around a little bit. And then we'll put a point into Blood Explosion because it's Blood Explosion. Yeah, okay, so that's the plan for today. Let's get started. I forgot to mention, I also did go ahead and get a low-level fire grenade, because one of the ways that we can get Bloodlust is to get Fire Dot on enemies. And also to melee enemies or to take damage. So the Fire Dot just seems like the most reasonable one to spread and apply. So we'll be able to do that with this since it's nice and low level, and hopefully it won't like farm things too fast so that we can actually like take benefit of the effects. Oh, he's kind of... Oh, he doesn't care. Hold up, this is awkward. Okay, so the javelin might not actually be a good move. We might just be better off shooting him. Okay. That's still good to know, though. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so he's a little tanky, but that's okay. That still works out fine. Alright, let's also test out the sniper rifle that we got. But, oh, okay. Cool. So, that does a lot of damage to a lot of enemies. Yeah, that's a little strong. Is it just that all snipers have a chance to pierce shields? Because this one's kinda... It kinda does it too. Hold on. Yeah, they do. Huh, I thought that would be like Jacob's exclusive, but that's kinda nice. I wanted to try this gun out. Oh, with this view oh man, with this view model, this looks so good. I'm gonna use this just because I like looking at it. It's not even because it's gonna be good or anything. Okay, hold on. It does respectable damage. It's not crazy. We might respec into left tree, actually, now that I'm looking at this. This is kind of fun. Okay, so instead, we'll put 1 point there, we'll max that out. That'll allow us to get Blood Soaked, and then that'll let us get Blood Blast. We're not really going to be able to get DOT confirms, so we're not going to pick that. Okay, so that's Fight for Your Life damage, which is weird. This provides us health regen. So 1 point in health regen is kind of cool. And then this is for every stack of Bloodlust we have, we take less damage, which seems really, really good too. So we'll go ahead and inspect that. And then put our point into Blood Explosion. Then we can start going back down this tree. Yeah, that'll probably be what we do for right now. And then we might also just run the Blood Blister, just because extra kill skill duration, plus these two, and this, all at the same time. That feels really nice. So, yeah, that might be the move. So we put a couple of those out. Rocket kill, get a direct. Yeah, cool. So we have our kill skills and they last for like a very, very long time. Get a splash for the grenade. Get a direct for the gun. Basically just repeat this process until we're done. Okay, we go down. We go ahead and just throw a Meteor Chuck. We try again. There we go. Yeah, that's reasonable, I think. Okay, so here's my plan for Flint. We just stack off of some mobs real quick. Just for like a second. Okay, so direct, shoot, and throw. Yeah, this is not working at all how I expected it to. That's awkward. We'll be okay, though. Oh, okay. It's probably just because he was, you know, in the fire damage res phase that we couldn't, like, just one-shot him. But still, that's pretty good. You know, I am curious about what the Herald is. We might go ahead and farm it out just to see what it's turned into with the mod. Oh wow, it dropped first try. Okay. Ooh, it's a flat off? Dash. Can't stop, won't stop. Okay, so it has a really big magazine, 114. And if I had to guess, it probably just fires all of its bullets without you being able to interrupt it. So that's probably what it is. We need to level up, though, to be able to test that. Oh, another thing. The uke. And his music was electric. Shots that hit an enemy have a chance to reflect towards other enemies. Oh, okay. So it's like an nth degree is built into it. And it has freezing laser accessory. I guess we haven't really used a shock weapon yet, so we don't know if us shocking enemies makes them slow as well. But I would imagine it does. So I guess now we have two things to test. Right, cool. We are now level 33. So let's go ahead and put a skill point here for the health regen. And then let's just see what these are about. So the uke. Okay, so yeah, it just has that that nth degree to it, which is pretty cool. I do like that idea. Let's try a shock one. See if it like slows enemies down. He does seem to stop wanting to move. So yeah, it looks like the slow does work, which is cool. Okay, now let's test out the dash. With that 33 fire rate, I think it's just gonna dump, isn't it? It's a burst. It's a burst fire. I don't know. Oh, this one doesn't do that. Okay, so maybe one of the parts on it caused that? Yeah, because this one is just shooting. I don't know what would cause that. But one of the parts on this must cause it to fire and burst. Maybe the dull grip is what does it? That's really weird if that is what it is. Okay, so there is an item in the Assassinate the Assassins questline that I've been told is a must pick up. So we're gonna go ahead and do Assassinate the Assassins, just to see what it is. Oh, okay, cool. Did we auto pick up that gun? I heard a noise for one. Okay. The M90. Yo, that strat is unfair, man. Okay. So what do you do? We got a slag one. Okay. I can't tell. It just feels relatively normal. Maybe I needed a different variant of it? We'll have to test. Maybe get another one. Also, we've got another new item, which is the shrapnel. And it came with the masher's prefix, so I don't know if it's always a masher, but this one is. Unless it came with no prefix, and this is just what it is. Ah, so it just fires slow, like a good old Borderlands 1 masher. Okay. I like that idea, though. Okay, and that was just a cannon, thank goodness. And this is the basher. So, smash him, mash him, stick him in a stew, of course. Yeah, gotta do it. Max size 37. Okay. So it just fires pretty slow. It's got a very Borderlands 1 feel, with a bunch of these like slower firing weapons with more projectiles. Maybe it does a lot of damage. It does 2,000 damage a pellet. That's considerable. So it's probably good. I think I like the idea of this gun. The slower fire rate forcing you to like actually pick a little bit more. Okay, I broke the loot notifier by picking this up early. But we have another M90. So, do you feel stronger? I can't tell. I was told this was a need to pick up. But it just feels like a shotgun with a two-fang chance. I don't know. I mean, it's very chompy. Don't get me wrong, it is very, very chompy. But I can't tell what else it is besides that. Okay, so we build up stacks of Bloodlust. Run over here, start the fight, shoot, reload. So close. So close, dude. So the javelin is already starting to fall off. Which, I mean, I guess that shouldn't be surprising, since it's only level 26. But that still feels early for it, which is weird. When we had all the stacks, we were like shredding him.
Now you should be scared.
Now we deal like no damage at all. Okay, let's try a skyrocket. So drop the shield. He threw everything everywhere. Okay, I mean, like, yeah, that worked though. Ooh, he dropped a unique. Well, the legendary. The Ramos. Find a secure position and hunker down. Okay. It has 198 mag. It has okay looking damage. Grants high damage res, but reduces movement speed, high fire rate and mag size, low reload speed. Okay. So we just become like heavy TF2 with this. That could be fun. I could see that working. Okay, so let's test out the Ramos. Okay, so we're moving really slow. That feels bad. But we are pretty tanky. It did give us a lot of damage res, but I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, because they can't really kill me, but I also cannot kill them at all. So that'll be a throwaway too, probably.
Out through your chest.
He dropped it. Okay, so hopefully we can level up before we get over to Warden, because this would be super duper nice to use. So for this fight, I really wanted to have the Hawkeye, but unfortunately we're just not high enough level for it yet. So we're just gonna kind of hit him with the M90 and then the dash. Just see how that goes. You know, for having just gotten this pistol, it's not really doing anything. So, yeah, I'm a little confused. Tell you what, I think the build we had going earlier is probably just going to serve us better. So we're just going to use our old build for a while. Just until we see better reason to go elsewhere. Because it's a little bit rough, and that seemed to be doing us well. Why is it a super BA? Do Varkid pods just RNG spawn mobs? Yeah, because that's a BA. I guess they do. Well, that's concerning at the very least. We do have pretty aggressive health regen, and our damage reduction does feel really nice when we play melee. So that is pretty cool. I'm wondering if I just don't have the proper equipment to line up most of the guns that we have, or if the guns do just drop off that fast whenever we have overleveled enemies. Because it definitely feels like it's a fast drop-off. I feel like the game is getting difficult in a weird spot where it shouldn't be. But I don't know if that's just because I should be looking for specific items that would like crutch really hard, or if it's just because I'm playing melee Krieg and I should just be a melee Krieg. He appears to have a lot of health. If we're slapping him for 103k in TVHM, and he just doesn't care, man's a little beefed up. Okay. So, I don't know if the bosses are just really, really, really thick. But that was a lot of Meteor Chucks, and that was a lot of rather large damage numbers for this difficulty. So I'm not sure. But that feels like a... That feels odd. And I mean, like, I guess if you wanted the boss fights to actually feel like boss fights, because in this video game, let's be honest, most of the boss fights are just boss melts. This is fine. But it just feels a little thick. But it's fine. I understand why you would want this. Like, imagine if you were just playing, like, I don't know, Dark Souls, and you could just roll into a boss room, hit him like 3 times, and then roll back out. That, no one would be like, that was a good boss. Everyone would be like, hey, that was a pushover, where's the boss? So, it kind of, if that's the idea, then it's good. We don't really have a good designated, like, relic yet. So what if we used a Vitality Relic, since it gave us 42% more max health, some health regen, and 5-year life duration? And it's not even a good relic, it's a grade 2. I think it can go up to 15 on these, so it's really low, but it's still providing all that benefit. So, yeah, we're gonna become Himbo Thick Boy really, really fast with this. Okay, so what do you feel like? Everyone else has been rather painful. This looks like it's actually going to be okay. Thank goodness. This dude just chilled. Cool. That was... yeah. Ooh. The infinite invuln chain might be really OP for this. Because one of the main problems with trying to get them to attack the beacon here is that you just get farmed for being near it. But if you can just chain invuln, that might make it a lot easier.
Rampage and heal and rampage.
I also don't get punished for missing a Release the Beast proc, which is convenient for me. Okay, I think the beacon is already invincible. So go ahead and save quit. Alright, cool, there we go. So yeah, I think that'll go ahead and do it for today. We've noticed that a couple of the bosses are a little more dense, and we can't really make great use of a gun build quite yet. I think that's just because we do need to balance the melee play style with the gun play style. That would help out a lot. So if we could just, you know, get further down our trees, get a little more buzz axe going so we can get a little more stacks easier, because the fire dots weren't really doing it for us too much, that would definitely help out. And then eventually we can work ourselves into a more gun-centric playstyle, where the melee is just like an opener or a panic button instead. But overall, like, it's pretty reasonable. The bosses are just harder, but that's okay, I think. And yeah, that'll go ahead and do it for day 4.